Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome to another episode of Empire Total War, the American Civil War mod. This episode, of course, we're going to be attempting to retake DC because we lost it in the last episode. Depending on how long this takes, the video may end with just this one battle, but that's something that we will figure out a little bit later. But let's go ahead and hop in here. Attack! We'll have a little bit of reinforcements. We basically double their numbers, and we at least have cannons, so that we can actually try to whittle them down from a distance for a little bit. But let's go ahead and hop on in. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and try to line up our forces as I see fit. You guys get out. Unmount you all. Okay, come on. Trying to get you guys about in the center. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that a couple of times. It's fine. We got George B. McClellan here, who will be leading our forces. We'll have some guys over here on the far left. We'll have some guys over on the far right as well. Grab two of these cavalry and throw them over here. Far right, and throw those guys over there. Let's see, I'm doing what? Groups of 3 pretty much? Yeah, pretty much groups of 3. So do that. Put these guys right there. Yep, I think that's pretty much okay, at least for the most part. And end. How far are these guys within range? Completely within range. So, let's see. Though your aim's kind of crap. Which one of these guys is supposed to be their general? I don't actually know. It's probably something I should have really looked into, but I didn't. But let's go and spread out our fire a little bit. Oh, you guys go over there. Group 2. You to make your way over there. Group 3. You can basically stay exactly where you are. Try to watch one of these artillery barrages hit these guys. Maybe if our guys can actually manage to be capable of aiming. And actually, which one of these guys is that's this one? Okay, you guys should aim for the middle, realistically speaking. You guys should aim for the side, and you guys should aim for the left flank. That'd be a much better way of trying to aim. Okay, so group 3. Well, you know what? Actually, group 3 can move a little bit. How about About there, I think is fine, more or less. Group 4 is way the hell over here. Let's try sending them back there. Group 5, or Group 4, excuse me, can go over here. Group 5 is going over on the left flank. You guys can all push up a little bit to right about there, I think is fine. And actually Group 2 is going to have to rearrange itself a little bit to fit a bit better with the grouping that we have set up. Really? Not able to get these guys lined up how I want them to be? For one reason or another. Guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. So, Group 4. Oh, are the enemies not gonna push up? Oh no, they're not. They're kind of grouping up here in the middle, which is not necessarily a good idea, if I do say so myself. Ooh. That looks like we actually do get a little bit of blood splatter when these guys die, or when they get hit by cannons. You guys charge over there. All of you guys aim for that guy. Group 4. Oh, Group 4. You're sort of in a bit of a predicament because you can't effectively attack either of these groups without getting a bit too close for comfort to where the artillery is. I kinda wish these guys had some sort of formation that I could throw them into. Triangle formation or whatever it's called. But they don't, so I can't. If the enemy spaces out a bit more, I don't mind swapping out who they aim for. And these guys are gonna break fairly quickly, yeah. They got hit in the rear. They'd already taken quite a few casualties, and they're taking even more because of the fact that they're getting hit in the rear without any real support. You aim for those guys. You two continue chasing after them. What direction are these guys going to be facing? I'm curious. If the direction these Confederate State Militia are facing is any indication, they're going to be facing the wrong frickin' direction. Oh no, okay. Maybe not. Maybe it's just those guys are going to be facing the wrong direction. Oh, nope, okay, then never mind. They turned around and corrected the issue. Okie dokie then. Oh. Okay. Those guys apparently had the enemy general. I did not know that. I just kind of sent them out there to attack whoever, basically. Okie dokie, let's see, where can I send these guys out? I guess I can try to potentially squeeze them into a kind of lackluster formation there. You guys, whatever the hell group number you are, 6? Yeah, 6. Go there. You guys you guys change of plans, go there, and spread out like that. You guys charge into the backs of the enemies. Make them regret facing the wrong freaking direction. You guys, stop shooting. Why are these guys routing? Under artillery fire, they were hit by friendly fire, so they have decided to rout. Okay, these guys are running away. You guys run away as well. What direction are you guys facing? You are facing the correct direction, sadly, but I'm going to be coming down a hill, so hopefully it helps out a bit. But these guys have still managed to get themselves in a fairly reasonable position to scare off my guys, so that does not work out as I had initially planned. You guys run there. You guys are going to be getting shot at for a while, so hopefully you don't mind. You're steady, so no serious issues there. You guys all turn around and charge at these guys. We'll attack them from, well, like two different sides, really. You guys are taking a few more losses than I'd like, but I needed you guys to get in formation. And it won't be too bad once everyone's in formation. The enemy is just going to get raffle stomped. Okay, got these guys. Charge into them now. Well, actually, no, I want you guys to kill every single last one of these guys that you can. Leave none alive, or at least make sure that if there are any still alive, it is so few that they basically disband. You have to teach them a lesson. Have two of these guys break off and go after them. Have two of those guys remain to deal with these guys. Let's see, you guys are not going to hit anything with that hill in the way. Yeah, so adjust your formation. Kick you out of this group. Get out of the group, thank you, and go there. And run, because I want you guys information as soon as physically possible. You guys are going to have a bit of a hard time aiming, because you've also got a hill in your way. But it looks like the enemy's kind of coming towards you a bit, so it's not as bad of an issue. Or at least as big of an issue. Try and get more of these guys into formation. That works. I'm gonna try to surround the enemy, basically. Usually my strategy is to box them in, and it usually works, so I see no reason to stop using it anytime soon. Okay, that line is collapsing ever so slowly. Let's see, what about over here? Okay, those guys are leaving. Those guys are still going to stay for now. I need you guys to make sure you kill every single last one of them. Like I said, don't leave a single one of them alive. Okey-dokey. Let's go ahead and try to completely encircle this last little remnant of the enemy army. Because we are not going to listen to Sun Tzu, who says that you should leave your enemy with a golden bridge to retreat across. We're not going to do that. We want every single last one of these guys dead. The enemy does not deserve a bridge to retreat across. All of you guys are to... I was about to say stop shooting, but they decided to automatically do that on their own, which was great for me. Oh, these guys have decided to come back. For now. As soon as they got hit, they're like, yep, nope, change of plans, we're running away again. One of these guys can turn around. And 1 second. Okay, never mind. I had to answer the phone, but it decided not to work properly. And we can turn more of these guys around to continue chasing after the enemy. Like I said, I want every single last one of them dead, or at least as many as we can kill. You're not chasing anybody else now. You guys are exhausted, so just stop. You guys are exhausted. You're exhausted. Sorry about those times where I had to leave the camera there. I had to walk away from my computer a couple times. Come on, deal with these guys. Go ahead and fast forward. Oh, my reinforcements finally arrived. But it's only because I lost somebody. One of my cavalry has decided to run away. Keep chasing them, you idiots. I want to, like I said, try to make sure I kill as many of them as physically possible. I want as few of these guys left alive as I can have. Wedge formation into, well, no real reason to do wedge formation with only 5 enemies there, so just run down on from the hill on them. Up and the friendly fire caused these guys to run away. Why am I not surprised? Okay. And General has given up the chase because they disappeared. Or their little flag disappeared because they're, I guess, too close to the edge or something. It's about the only thing I can think of. There we go. Okay, and I had only 5 minutes left on the clock that I started, so we'll maybe end the turn before.
Ready for battle.
Ooh, damn, okay, yeah, we need to do quite a bit of repairs here, but I still get to keep my guys, I guess, because they routed after the battle had ended, so the game's like, there's no reason to go and get rid of them completely. You managed to find them on the road back to Philadelphia. And you managed to tell them to turn back. But yeah, let's just go and end the turn. That'll probably take up about the 5 minutes left. Or about 4.5 minutes, actually. No, they got an army moving to St. Louis. That is not going to be fun. Are they heading back to try to take over Frankfurt? And I'm not giving you Missouri. Counteroffer. I don't give you Missouri, you give me all that for a military alliance. That is the way this is going to work. I give you nothing, and you give me everything. One of my units' paths is blocked. It's not really blocked, I would say. But whatever you want to say, game. You can consider it blocked if you feel like it. I personally don't think it is. And you know what? We can go and raid this real quick. Just go and end the timer. Okay, so a signal system using flags and torches was invented by U.S. Army Surgeon Major Albert Meyer in the 1850s and is adopted by the U.S. Army in 1860. Meyer's system permits messages to be sent across areas where telegraph wires are unavailable. To the untrained observer, the flagman appears to be merely waving a flag back and forth, hence the name wigwag. Meyer's assistant during the development of the wigwag system was an exceptional young officer named Lieutenant E. Porter Alexander. Alexander was a Georgian who resigned his commission in the U.S. Army to fight for the Confederates. He helped organize, equip, and train the Confederate Signal Service. Thus, both armies are essentially using the same signal system, so the ability to encode messages becomes critical. To encrypt the message, a single disk made of 2 disks of brass or cardboard is used. One contains the alphabet, the other numerical combinations. By rotating the disk and changing the alignment of the numbers and letters, the codes can be easily changed. Signal parties use different combinations of flag size, color, and staff length to increase the readability of the signal. Signal kits issued by the U.S. Army include 7 different flags in 3 different sizes. The 2-foot flag permits sending a signal over short distances in tactical situations where the flagman has to lie down or signal from cover. The 4-foot flag is the most commonly used. The 6-foot flag is employed for extra long distances. Color combinations are red or black with a white center square and white with a red center square. In any given situation, the color selected is that which gives the best contrast to the background. The flagstaff is made of hickory in 4-foot sections. Meyer's Manual of Signals stated that with a 12-foot staff and 4-foot flag, signals are easily read at a distance of 8 miles at all times, except in cases of fog or rain. They are read at 15 miles on days and nights ordinarily clear. Okay. But yeah, okay, it looks like they're going to be moving in to try to retake, try again to take Frankfurt. It's not going to work out, but if they want to try it, we'll let them. Because we're nice enough to let that happen. We will let people continue to try until they fail miserably. Let's go ahead and get that repaired. We got to make sure that all of our guys are fully equipped to fight. And they sadly decided to send those guys into Richmond to help defend it. So I'm not going to be attacking Richmond in the immediate future. Well, especially since I also have to go and let these guys heal up again. And I'm going to be focusing probably on trying to avoid this army here, led by one Sir Perry G.T. Beauregard, which is not going to be a fun guy to try to defend against, considering how large his army is. Do we know what his army composition is? We know he has heavy artillery, apparently, which is by no means a good thing, more than likely at least. Let's see, a range of 150. What do my standard cannons have? 650. Okay, those guys are essentially using mortars while I'm using actual cannons, it sounds like. So it's not that bad. It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. But he does have a fairly large army. However, if he attacks either Nashville or Frankfurt, it'll be quite easy to defend to a degree, because I'll have a ridiculous number of units. Unless the AI is smart and sieges Frankfurt and doesn't try to fight the battle there, and then sends this guy up into Nashville and fights the battle there, in which case then I have no reinforcements, so we'll be sitting on a fairly... Well, he'll still outnumber me a little bit in terms of actual regiments to control, but I think our actual number of individual soldiers would probably be about even. Unless I send this army down into Nashville, which is probably what I'm going to do. Because I don't really need to send them into Frankfurt specifically, since Frankfurt is where the enemy is going to be attacking from. Let's go and get some cavalry. That'd be a nice idea. Custer. Custer's cavalry. Oh, that's wonderful. Let's go and leave it to Custer. That'll work wonders for us, I'm sure. But that's going to be the end of this episode for now. Well, end of this episode period, not for now. So as always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell. I mean, I won't actually save. That'd be a good idea as well. And boom. So, as I said, goodbye and farewell.